That's amazing.
Welcome back to BonAppekit, where we make all of your dreams in the kitchen come true. Come along with us this week as I show you a recipe you can't find anywhere else. I'm making my famous Rainbow Cobbler, and I even found some time to sneak in a secret ingredient. This recipe couldn't be easier, and I'm going to show you how. It all starts with a selection of your favorite fruits and a few household pantry staples. Hey Carrie, how many pastry chefs does it take to make one pie?
I don't know.
3.14. Like most of my recipes, this starts with a hunk of butter. So we're gonna take this hunk of butter and grease a 9-inch glass pie pan. Make sure you come up on the sides. Again, if you can see through it, you maybe ain't giving it the Paula Deenaning. So you can't see through it. As usual, I forgot to tell you to preheat your oven to 375 degrees for this one, folks. Now, my favorite fruits include strawberries. So I've got some strawberries right here. Just gonna allay them into the pan. And we're gonna make a kiwi segment over here. Don't stop rolling, please. I have some bananas. Just try to get everything in a composite layer. Some fresh raspberries, one of my favorite fruits. Some blackberries. And finally, I've got a handful of blueberries. So if you wanted to do this with just one fruit, that's entirely up to you. But like I said, this is my Rainbow Cobbler. Next step is one of our secret ingredients, which is fresh local honey. I'm gonna lay down about 2, maybe 3 tablespoons of honey in a mixing bowl. We're gonna give that a sprinkle of some cinnamon. And a little pinch of nutmeg. We're going to add a little orange zest. Orange zest. Proceed with some lemon zest. And if you'll see those oils shooting out from your zest, well, those are combustible. That's an old bartender trick to set flaming drinks on fire, is to use the zest of a citrus fruit to set your drink on fire.
But we're not doing that at home.
We do not do this at home. And the zest of some limes. A little bit of lime zest. All these citruses. This is what creates the rainbow. We've got the orange, the red of the strawberries and the raspberries, the orange of the orange, the yellow of the lemon and the banana. In addition to that, we're going to use the juice of half of this lime. Get to squeezing in. It's a seedless lime, but I guess I'll find out the hard way with the lemon and the orange. Some of lime juice. The juice of half of this lemon. Maybe not all of it. And some of the juice from that orange. So basically I want as much fruit juice as I have honey, so about 3 tablespoons of each. I've had some great success this summer with my sage plant, so I went ahead and plucked out some fresh sage from the garden, and I'm gonna add just a few tablespoons of sage because it adds a nice, it adds a nice savory flavor that will help us enjoy all of the fruit flavors that we're bringing to this sauce. So just give that a little stirring until the honey's nice and dissolved by those fruit juices. Wow, look at that. This is a nice citrus sauce, almost a punch that's going to really give our mixed berry cobbler a punch of its own. And then step 1 is to just drizzle this over your mixed berries. Try to make sure every sector As these fruits bake, they're going to release juices of their own, but we do want an overriding flavor of the sweetness of this honey with the savory of that sage. Hey Carrie, who makes the best apple pies?
I don't know.
Granny Smith, of course. Are you ready for step 1? This is the fun part.
Okay.
You can't just let your cobbler go out naked in the wild. Crack an egg into a mixing bowl, like so, and give that a little scramble. To this egg, we add 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar and 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. Now that's going to make us a very nice crumb topping, but to take it to the next level, I'm going to add even more sage. And sage has such a subtle flavor, it's really hard to overuse it. That may look like a lot, but I promise y'all it's not. Take these ingredients and give them a forking until you get to a nice, like a wet sand consistency. Sorry, I keep saying that, but it's very common in baking. What we're looking for here is a crumble, not a dough. So you don't want big lumps. If you see it starting to form big lumps, give those a little bit more attention and break them down, as I'm doing here. Allow me to demonstrate. If you're ready for the hard part, here goes step 1. Take that crumble that you made and apply it across the top of your cobbler. So I'm just gonna get all that out of the bowl. Give it a little swishing around. Bring that out to the edges of our pie pan. And bring that out to the edges of our pie pan. And I think that'll do just fine. Here is 6 tablespoons of melted butter, or 3/4 of a stick. And you're just gonna drizzle that over the top of your cobbler crust. Try and make sure everybody gets a little drip. Whoa. And believe it or not, that's where the magic happens. The final step is just maybe another tablespoon of sugar right on top. And what that's going to do is make a nice shiny crystal kind of crusty topping for our cobbler. Boy, I can't wait for this. Once you've completed step 1, this goes into your 375-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes. I'm going to lean towards 35. Hey, Carrie, where does Dorothy from Oz weigh a pie?
I don't know.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And this is what you get. Get what you deserve. Let's see how we did. It's time to cut in. How do I do this for the camera? Hey, what fruit am I getting?
Yeah, right?
What fruit do you want?
We'll find out.
Oh, this is bananas. I can see it from the side.
That's pretty cool.
All right, I'm going in somewhere between the bananas and the kiwi.
That looks amazing.
And now you're ready for step 1, the topping. Topping goes on the side. Look at that beautiful, immaculate presentation. It may still be 300 degrees, but I can't wait. Look at that. Got some blackberries, some of that crust. Come over here. Got that whipped cream. Step 1, taste the rainbow. All of those crazy fruit flavors all coming together under the crispy, crunchy crust of this cobbler. This is a true crowd pleaser. As always, this has been BonAppekit. Feel free to like, subscribe, share us around. Please leave any recipes you'd like to see us make in the comments below, and God bless.
But you don't need to pat every...
But I do. Are we on? Why did you cut? That was just a shumer. It wasn't even a shift. Just because you don't believe in magic doesn't mean it doesn't exist. She just told me to calm down.
Words.
She just told me. These famous last words, right?
Last words.
I've been sharpening this. This is a weapon of mass cobbler destruction. I'm going in again. I'm going to be in reverie for a moment.